Mood. Oh my god, it's so frizzy. It's gonna be so annoying to rewatch. I'm so sorry. This literally looks insane. Like, GRWM. Hey y'all, if you are watching this, like the replay, we're about to do a chic makeup today. Don't forget to turn on post notifications because I'm pretty sure, I've yet to be told otherwise, that is the only way you get notified when I go live. I've been going live every day this week and we've just been chopping it up, you know? It's going to be, I mean, it's like warm today, so it's not really like that time of year yet. It's like today. But this reminds me of the summer where I'd be blow drying my hair in the bathroom and it gets so hot in there. Just waiting for these to set a little to have that volume, but I'm gonna do my makeup. I really want to go to like a chic lunch, somewhere chic, and just enjoy this nice weather today. And I just want to put on a cute outfit and just enjoy myself. Like, literally, what the heck? This is insane. Hey y'all. Okay, I need to take these out. How long are you supposed to even let them sit? Like, I don't know. Our topic of the day is how to get a guy to chase you. And I'm very excited to dive into this because I think a lot of you could use it now. It's just like a lot of advice and wisdom that I've gained. I'm just gonna take these out because this is deterring my... But look how chic this is about to look. Like, look at the volume. And then I'm actually going to... A lot of the wisdom and experience that I have gained throughout the years and advice is stuff I wish I knew earlier. But it's never too late to start, you know? Look at that. I have, at my parents' house, I have the whole set of these, but I only had room to bring 3, and I feel like it's honestly the most wow effect, like, in the front. But I'll try to bring back the whole set, or like get a new set, because that just looks so nice. Question for the girlies: how do you live with your hair like in your face? Because throughout the day I'm always just like it's like not cute. That's so chic. Okay, so let me start my makeup. Like right now, it's like I don't want to put it behind my ears and then it creases and it's just like not cute. So what's going on with that? What are you gonna do? So, welcome guys. If you are coming in, say hello. The makeup today is chic. Chic, really amazing and beautiful. Get ready with me, chic and beautiful. This is just another sunscreen. So the number one thing, and I was kind of talking about this in my live from earlier this week, stopping a pick me, is you have to not care. This is annoying. Because if you are constantly caring so much, and by caring, it's like just putting in all this extra effort, going above and beyond, always being the first one to text and call, always trying to explain yourself, always like trying to communicate without reading the room. It just comes off as desperate and like you don't have anything else going for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's true in friendships too. Drinking my BCAAs because I forgot to bring them to the gym, but it's not just a guy-girl thing. But I will say for men specifically, obviously they are gonna like a chase a little bit more than if you're trying to like establish a relationship with a, just like a friend or like, you know, a girlfriend. Not like girlfriend, but like girlfriend, you know? So a guy is not going to take all that extra effort as like, oh my God, she likes me so much. I'm so flattered. Like, let me treat her good as well. Like, you know, a regular friend would do. And not even friends do that, you know? Like, a lot of people in this world, period, are very like take advantage gang. And most people, unfortunately, because of the world that we live in, and because it's a very individualistic society, people are going to put themselves first at the expense of others. And not everyone is on the same page as far as like, let me be a giver. I was put on this earth to heal others. Like, no. So that doesn't mean don't be a good person, but you just have to kind of keep that in mind, because if you don't, you'll be taken advantage of. And then you'll be always, you know, left in the dust like, oh my God, I liked him so much. I did so much for him. Why does he not like me back? And it's like, because he's using you. And it's like, nobody told you to do all that. Stop. It comes off as desperate. Like, it does. Again, even with like girlfriends, it's like, or just, you know, friends, it's like, if you're always doing too much, it's gonna turn the right people off because it just kind of seems like too much. And then there's like this pressure to reciprocate, and it's just like, it's not like a natural give and take. And it's just going to attract more and more users, people who are going to take advantage of you, liars, people who will just kind of see what you have to offer and they're there for that rather than for you. So what do we do about this? Oh my God, why doesn't he like me back? It's like, okay, first of all, why do you like someone so much that hasn't shown interest in you? First of all, like, genuinely, why? Like, what? Like, no. And the thing is, someone can be a good person and not like you back. You know? But therefore, you just kind of have to accept that and move on. Like, okay, well, I wouldn't want to invest time and energy into someone who doesn't feel the same. I'm not here to convince anyone that I'm like worthwhile, so let me move on. It wasn't meant to be. There's someone else out there that like likes me for me. I think that's the main thing that especially like younger girls have to know, because even like that singer Tyla, I saw the TikTok of like an interview and they're like, oh, what kind of guys do you like? And she's like, I like the ones that don't like me back. And it's like, girl, no. But it's, again, it's a very just like young mindset. Also, I'm like, what is this? She's red. So we're over that. Okay, we've graduated. And like, just don't be dumb. Like, don't invest your time into someone who doesn't like you back. So as far as getting someone to chase, you don't really get them to chase. You can't like don't waste your time trying to influence someone else's behavior when they're not like naturally doing that. All you can focus on and control is yourself. So if you like someone, you can give them the opportunity to say something to you, to do something for you, to ask you for your number. Like the classic example is like in the olden days would be like dropping your handkerchief, and like if the man picks it up for you, he's interested, you know? Mood. You know? But you don't go out of your way to like say something. And part of me used to think when I was younger, like, oh my god, no, like that's just like outdated advice. Like I want to do what I want. Like if I want to talk to someone, I'm going to talk to them. But it's like, it just kind of, it sets the tone like bad. And the thing is, anytime someone has been interested in you, I'm pretty sure they've like tried to make it known to you. Unless everyone in the situation is just like really dumb. So you just have to not care. And especially when it comes to texting, social media, IG, don't reply. Imagine, like, if you like someone, or say you went on a date, one date, and you're like, I had a good time, I would see him again, he seemed like a good guy, like, whatever, oh my god, hello, what's up, how are you? You kind of just have to pull way back. And if the attached book would say not to do this, but let me tell you, the majority of guys are not reading the attached book, babes. Oh my god, yeah, I remember. She's engaged now. How to get him to engage. So you just, like, whatever it is you naturally want to do, like, don't do that. That literally sounds like horrible advice, but it's like, okay, like, if you like someone, you went on a date with them, or you think it's, like, building up to them asking you on a date or to hang out. No, not a hangout, a date. Let's be real. If they text you, you're gonna be excited. You're gonna be like, oh my god, like, I want to text back so they know that I'm interested, but it's like, no. You actually want to take, like, less time to respond. And the thing is, honestly, the attached book is right about this. This one. If someone is really, like, activating your nervous system that much where you feel like so like shy and like off around them, they're probably just not a good person for you. Because what's that old saying, like with your soulmate or whatever, whether you believe in that or not, it's like you should feel calm. And I think realistically, because I don't know, it's like, bitch, would my soulmate be a man? Like, let's be for real. Like, truly, like, no offense. Oh my god, see? It's so true. Like, if you like someone, they don't really like you back, and you're like, okay, well, I'm not gonna waste my time, and you like go away, they always come back. When they mess up and you're like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and you like start actually doing something else, like you're not like trying to get them back, you're just genuinely living your own life, like doing other things, that's when they come back. And I'm not saying, like, just because someone comes back doesn't mean you should like say yes. I mean, obviously, like, some situations, sure, for sure. But it's like, that's not like, just because they come back, you should take them back. And I'm not saying that like in reference to this person. Disclaimer. Disclaimer, I have to say that, disclaimer. But But yeah, so that's why it's just really important to have your own life and to not, like, don't even pursue people, guys, that make you feel like that. And it's kind of sold to us as like, oh my God, that's like what being in love feels like. Oh my God, butterflies. Like, oh my God, I have a crush on him. Like, I need to do something about this. But it's like, sometimes someone could be activating your nervous system for, you know, there's many reasons. Or maybe someone just looks good. That doesn't mean you need to act on it, you know? Like, it's just gonna make everything so much harder, because if someone is making you feel like that, like, oh my God, yeah, wasn't saying that he did something bad, but just like in general, you know, like, it's like as soon as you kind of mind your own business, whether or not it was like because they did something bad or like whatever, like that's when they always want to like step it up. I forget what I was saying, but yeah. Me. You just genuinely have to not care. Oh, I was saying that's why it's so important to have your own life. Oh, because if someone is like making you feel so like oh my God, I have such a crush on them. Oh my God, like I'm so shy around them. Like, oh my God, I just like, oh my God. That's when you're gonna accept bare minimum stuff, because you're like, oh my, like you're just so grateful for any crumb of like attention or anything. And so you're kind of just setting yourself up, because then it's like, oh my God, you'll finally get the guy that you just were like so oh my God about. But then like the basis of the relationship is you accepting bare minimum. So as soon as they find someone that's like a little bit more of a challenge or more interesting or like whatever, they're gonna leave you for that. Like, Sex and the City is a great example. Carrie was always doing the most, and then what did she gain? Too much focus on finding a quality man. Oh, what do you mean by that? Oh my God, thank you. Yeah, this has been like the trial week, you know what I mean? In the sense of just, oh my God, love that. Is that like a class that you take, a hula hooping class, or do you just do that for fun? The best foundation, I need to purchase it in an actual color that matches the Born This Way matte, because it's not too matte. It's just really amazing. It is a little too dark, so don't like, yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of like self-help stuff, especially geared towards women, it's so much about, yeah, like how to find a guy, and even like, you know, productive things like reading the Attached book. It's like, yeah, that's great to know and all, but it's like these guys aren't typically doing that same inner work. And so you kind of have to, it's not like you can't use that knowledge, but you kind of have to also keep in mind like their, not like point of view, but like how they are thinking. Because yeah, it's like, okay, clear communication is important, but you have to know, it's like, yes, a healthy person knows an emotionally regulated healthy person knows how to communicate clearly. But the way you're gonna communicate that with like a dear friend versus a colleague versus someone you're dating, it's all gonna look differently. It's not always sitting down in like a Twitter, like super politically correct format, like, hey, is this an okay time to talk right now? I want to share some things that are on my mind. Are you in the right mental headspace to receive this? You know, like you're not going to talk to your boyfriend like that, like, or someone you're dating, you know? Just a man, period. Like, so you just have to know the tips and tricks, bro. It's like, men really go off of action. So that's why, number one, you cannot believe what a man says. No, but it's true. Like, don't believe what anyone says, man or woman or anyone. until they have, like, believe people's actions, basically, not their words. And sometimes it's kind of shocking, just like how much a man will say. Oh my god, Billy, using Billy's favorite foundation on me. And you're like, oh my god, like, why would someone say these, like, outrageous things if it wasn't true? Like, how much they love you, how much, like, they'll be talking about the future, and then you'll be like, oh my god, well, like, why would you talk about the future if you didn't want that? Like, it's confusing, because it's like, why would you even say that? No, literally. But you literally can't believe anything, and I don't say that in, like, a jaded way, but it's just, like, you have to believe people's actions, just in life. Because a friend will do that too, you know, or someone you're getting to know as a friend. Like, they could say all this crazy stuff. Oh my god, I know the podcast is coming back, but be grateful for this live stream podcast format. No, but it's coming back. This was like my getting my life together week after Sonia left. So we're like, I'm back and I'm better. You know, it's like, you know, when you're like alone with your thoughts and you're like, oh my god, I have so much to think about suddenly. Future faking, yeah. Like a friend, I've had friends do that. Or people that I thought were going to be a friend and then it didn't end up, you know, turning into a friendship because they're like, oh my god, like I can't wait to do this with you and that with you. And then it's like they're actually just kind of like anxious attachment themselves, or they're a little odd. I need my beauty blender. One moment. It's in my purse. The snack that smiles back. So yeah, believe people's actions. And then also with men, not only for them do you have to believe their actions, not their words, but, and again, for people in general, but I feel like especially men. Like with a girly pop friend, it's like you could sit down and have a combo and it's like, I mean, hopefully, and it's like well received. But then also with your own actions and words. Like if a man does something to piss you off, or let's say a guy that you kind of like, or are like, okay, like I would like get to know him more. He like, he's like, yeah, we should like totally like hang out. And you're like, oh my god, yeah, like what did you have in mind? And you're like thinking like chic dinner, like, okay, like impress me. And he's like, you could come over. This is what so often happens is y'all want to be like, oh my god, how dare he disrespect me like that, and then write him a whole paragraph about like how disrespectful that is, or how you're not that kind of girl, or like this and that, and then somehow you end up at his place anyway. Like, make it make sense. So it's like, save your breath, basically. Like, you don't need to explain. You just need to not do what you don't want to do. Just be like, okay, and then, I can't, sorry. That's all you have to say, or no, or just don't reply, and then go do something fun. Go to dinner with a friend, go to call someone else and have them take you to, you know? And then they're gonna be like, oh my god, wait, my scam didn't work. I'm serious, like, save your breath, literally. And a lot of this just comes with, like, experience and wisdom and time. But actions over words, y'all, like for them and for you. You have to stand on business and stop wasting your breath. Like, stop. It's like people just want to argue and have these like dusty situations when they could just like avoid that. Like, have these dusty arguments and still be in the same situation. So it's like, what did you get? Like, do you just like arguing? Do you just like writing paragraphs to randoms? Like, maybe you should look into a writing career if you like it that much. I just want this to be a little more. Okay, I guess. I'm gonna actually. So to get a guy to chase, you have to not care. literally sometimes especially if you're a people pleaser, if you're not used to acting like this, because for some women it comes very naturally, for some girls it comes very naturally. But for the people pleasers out there, it might feel like you're being mean at first and you're like worried about hurting his feelings. But it's like, you just have to like imagine what his IG DMs look like, or like imagine how many other girls in his phone he's like trying the same tactics on, and use that as like motivation to be like, okay, I'm gonna like be different by like not falling for the scam, or you know, not giving in, not accepting this, I'm gonna be the one not to reply. Oh, thank you. I mean, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I didn't even put this under my eyes. I was like, why does this look off? It's not the diamonds. It's not the pearls. Can y'all give me like a situation to give you like an answer on, because it's like fun. Scams. Exactly, bro. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. Always. Like, don't. And I tweeted this one so long ago, but it still is so true to this day. I was like, giving a man the benefit of the doubt is low-key just going against your own intuition. Stop giving excuses to people and just know that saying no is like enough. In any situation, like literally if someone asks you to do something, you can say no. And you don't have to over-explain. You don't have to say why. You can just be like, I can't. And then if you want to be nice, you can be like, I can't. Sorry. Stop falling for these scams. I don't know if it's like living in New York or just like my brain is more developed now. But I just am like way more perceptive to people's like scams. Interpersonal scams. And it's like, I just don't care as much. Like, don't get me wrong, it can definitely still be hard. Or like, sometimes I do feel bad if I'm like setting a boundary or saying no, but it's like, okay. They're just trying to see what they can get out of me. Or like, you know, if someone hits you up and you know it's just like, it's like so last minute and not in like a fun and fresh, like flirty way. But it's just because you know you're like their other plans didn't like work out. And you're like the backup plan. You do not have to accept. Yeah, you just have to say no. Don't let people walk all over you. That's like literally, no. I don't want to see your IG stories, not you specifically, people in general. I don't want to see your tweets and your IG stories whining and crying about how, oh my God, people, I always do so much for people and I don't get that same energy back. Whose fault is that? Yes, definitely. Like that was, yeah. That was a lit ass summer. And I feel like that's just because, bro. Like, I mean, it was just on another level. Like, it was like kind of iconic, actually. Like, it was actually iconic. Like, it was. So fun. Like, that was so fun. It was just literally so fun. Everywhere I would go, whenever I would go out, like, I was so poppin'. And not say like was, because like still am, but like I think also at that time, bro, wow. Yeah, and it's okay, like, bro, it's something that takes practice, but with that being said, it's like a muscle you can train to get stronger. Same with like anxiety, you know? So you have to set not even like personal boundaries, but just like you have to be strong in the sense of pushing through when it feels uncomfortable. So for example, if someone asks you to do something and you just like, it's like something annoying, or like you just don't really feel like it, or like whatever, it's like your instinct as a people pleaser will be to be like, okay, well, whatever, it'll just like, okay. But you have to challenge that. You have to be mindful and catch yourself feeling that way or thinking that way and be like, okay, no, like, this is hard. I like acknowledge it, but then be like, but I'm gonna make the next, like, the better decision for myself, which is to say no. It's okay to let people down. So the next time, and maybe not the exact next time, but if you keep doing that more and more, you will just naturally start doing the best option for yourself rather than just like, oh, giving in. Same with like anxiety. A classic example for me is like, I was really scared of flying because when I had to start flying a lot, I was just dealing with a lot of anxiety in general. And then my fear was like, oh my God, what if I like get a panic attack on a plane? Like that's like, I was just so scared of that happening. But as I kept forcing myself to do it, and maybe you need some medication sometimes, it's okay. You start to train your brain and train yourself that, okay, like it's actually going to be fine. And then your brain starts to like see that as an okay, fine experience. Like, we're going to get through it. It's going to be okay. And so you stop having so much stress around it. So it's like, unfortunately true. Like the only way out is through, you have to like confront your fears. Say you're really scared of public speaking. The more you do public speaking, the less you're going to be scared of it. And that's not to say, oh, well, you'll never feel scared again, but it'll be less and less. If you always avoid something, you're teaching your brain like, so always avoid confrontation, always avoid telling somebody no or letting someone down. No, I can't do that. I can't be there for you. I can't like do this for you. You're teaching your brain, yeah, that's something to be scared of. Like, don't do it. Oh my God, my nose is so itchy. Sometimes when I put on makeup, it's like, and then it's like, bro, why? Exposure therapy, a girl's membership. What do you mean by that? So, what is with, you can't see. What is with it looking like patchy? You aren't good, you are goat. Thank you. Thank you so much. The look today is chic. I hate when I concealer looks patchy. Oh my God. Wait, what? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, wait. So how to make him chase? Have your own life. Like, put yourself first. Think of, like, the last time someone was really thirsty to you. How are you treating them? And that doesn't mean, like, walk around like a bitch, but you just have to walk around like you're important. People can pick up on vibes. Even remember when, like, everyone was calling themselves an empath? And I'm not saying they weren't right, but, like, when something is just, like, a trend and it's, like, annoying. It's like, yeah, I'm... Sorry. I'm pretty sure most of us can feel if someone's mad when they walk into a room, But... people can feel vibes. So if you're walking around like you're, like, not anything, people are gonna, like, treat you like... Versus, again, you don't have to walk around like you're stuck up. I mean, some people might think you're stuck up, but you have to walk around like you're important. No, okay, right? It's like, why is that so annoying? Like, thank you. I was like, I don't want to, like, offend the empath community, but... Oh. It's just like, bro. Oh, thank you. I think I just wanted a new aesthetic. And I just was really into, like, the dark hair with the skinny brow. And then I just was like, this looks so much better on my face. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I look more, like, feminine with them and just, like, better. I kind of, because I just use a literal eyebrow razor, so I have to like maintain them a lot, which is fine. But I think now, since I'm a little committed to them, I might get them like waxed, or like I might start doing that instead. But I don't know, I don't really mind like shaving them because my brows aren't really like crazy. Yeah, facts. It's like, babes. No more people pleasing. It's so nice out, y'all. This weather's making me crave an Aperol. Oh my god, does he like me? Girl, you know if he does or not. Like, we've all had an experience of someone annoying, like, being so thirsty to us. And if you haven't, it's coming up. Oh my god, what the heck? See? Y'all, what do we have to do so people get notified? Like, do y'all have to literally, like, just happen to be on my channel? Because I get notifications for some people. Is it because I'm on mobile? Maybe that's why, because I do get live notifications for some people. And I don't think I have anyone's channel notifications on. Oof. It's like if you're on desktop, it'll notify people. Like, I don't know. I'll have to look into it. But at least you found it now. I've been going live on mobile because it shows the live, like, on the shorts feed. Oh, homepage? Okay. I don't know. It's like, what the heck is going on? Make sure you thumbs up the live, guys. I don't know what that does, but... Writing captions like an influencer. Honestly, I don't know. I don't want to say I hate writing captions, because I don't hate it, but it's always like, fuck. Or what do I caption my pic? Like, honestly, a lot of the times I will go on Pinterest, and so many of the girlies, God bless, have like written or posted their notes app of caption ideas, and you could put like captions for a night out, captions for traveling, captions for a photo dump, and people have uploaded so many. So I'll do that a lot of the times. I don't really do like lyrics as much. It just feels a little like 2019 to me. It's like, okay, we get it. Like, I don't know. Personally. Yeah, I mean, fuck it. On your homepage. Oh my god, why can't I just notify all? Like, because some people are like, oh, I missed the podcast. I'm like, okay, like, I'm trying to like ease into it. But if YouTube is not even showing y'all that I'm live, then what is the point? But also, that's why I've been enjoying going live on YouTube, because it uploads like automatically onto my channel, so people can rewatch it very easily. Versus like TikTok, I do like the interface better. There's just more features and like whatever. Literally, my nose looks so dry, bro. Why? It might be the sunscreen too. But then it's like just a little bit more of a hassle to upload, and I just wanted to try this out. So we shall see. I do want to also try going live later in the day. Yeah, good idea. The inciting jealousy thing, I feel that, because I feel like that was very trendy in like 2017, 2018, to have your captions be, at least for me, like my captions were a lot more like, yeah, and what about it? Like, stop and stare, you know? And it's just like, I don't feel like that. Not that I felt like that then, but like now I just kind of realize like, okay, that was kind of like portraying like this rude vibe, and like I don't feel like that. Like, maybe to like guys on my page, but it's like I don't want guys on my page. I want like girls and gays on my page. And so like, you know, it's like I kind of just stopped doing it. I feel like a lot of lyrics are kind of like that, so I'd rather have it be like, and people often think that I'm gonna be mean because I don't smile in my pics that much. It's like, babe, I was just being chic. Like, don't worry, I'm not mean. So then it was like me not smiling with kind of a rude caption. It was just like giving a bad vibe. So it's like, I don't feel like this. Like, I'm not trying to do this, but it's coming across like that. So let me stop. Anyway, Pinterest for captions. Ooh. Sweet and grateful for everything. Exactly. Watch there be like none in here. Oh, wait, there is. Can I tell like a really funny story time? Exactly. Thank you. Girls, girl. Okay. Story time of the day, I was like so poppin', and this is like an example of just living your life. So I was supposed to go on a date with this guy, and he was just taking forever, and I was like annoyed. I was already out, so I was like just annoyed, like logistically, like, okay, like I'm already out, like I had something else to do. I think we talked about hanging out, and then I had to go to the Apple store. So I was like, okay, like I don't really know like what's gonna happen. So let me just get ready and put on a cute outfit, and I'll just do my errands, and if anything, like I'll go out for a drink myself. Like I wasn't pressed. Now looking back, it's like, okay, I probably wouldn't have even done all of that, whatever, but like at least I made my own kind of like plans. So I go to the Apple store, and because I have on this cute outfit with like heels, my makeup and hair is so cute. Like I could literally pull up a selfie from that exact day because I remember like how I did my makeup. It was just so cute. So everyone is just treating me so nicely because I'm like it's just, bro, it's like a reminder, because I'm very like, not to be annoying, but like Taurus rising, like, yeah, I'm chic and a Leo, but like ultimately I just want to be comfy, bro. Like I will put my comfort over being chic in my everyday life most of the time. But I feel so good when I do dress up and like just put myself together. And I feel like especially living in New York, because you're out and about more versus like in LA, you're a little more isolated, like in a car, or just like, I don't know, you're not like in people's faces all day, every day. So ever since moving here, I have like stepped it up in my day-to-day. But anyway, I was just like, oh my God, like I feel so chic and poppin' today. Like everyone's being so nice. People kept complimenting my outfit, my makeup, my fragrance, like everything. And I was just like getting my laptop fixed, like hee hee. So I was like, finished at the Apple store. I was like, oh my God, like, okay, I guess I'll just like get a drink myself, whatever. Like I'm kind of feel like I'm waiting on this guy, which is annoying because I don't even want to do that, but like I'm already out. So whatever, I'll just like take myself out. So I go to this, this was just so fun. Like, it's not even that crazy of a story, but it's just like, bro, like, I just be by myself, and I'm like, not, I don't know, like, I just think of myself as like a person. Like, I'm not like, I'm such a hot bitch, like all the time, you know, like I have moments where I'm like, yes, but like in my everyday life, I'm chilling, I'm thinking about other stuff. So it's like, my plan was just to mind my own business. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to like be overly humble, but like, I don't know. So I just go to this bar. It was like a wine bar, so it was kind of cute. It wasn't just like a bar. Like, it was like kind of cute and like whatever. And there's just like some people on dates. It was like happy hour-ish time. And I get Aperol Spritz, and I'm like just sitting there, again, literally minding my own business. I think I like FaceTime my friend. Like, I was not there like, oh, who am I gonna meet? Like, I was just like chilling. We get it. Okay, thank you. It's just so funny. Like, this was so iconic. And again, it's not even crazy, but it's just like, it's so funny when you're in that headspace of like, I'm cute. Okay, so anyway, this guy and girl come in and sit, I think the bar was like empty, or there was like a couple people like down here. I was sitting kind of in the middle, and then they went like not right next to me, but like one seat down. And he's like, oh, like, do you have tequila here? Because it was a wine bar. And the bartender's like, yeah, we do. Like, this is what we have. And they had kind of like chic, not like off not off brands, but you know when there's like these like niche, it's not like boutique, but like these niche nice tequila brands that like you don't really see. Like it's not Don Julio, it's like something local or like from a small, you know, it was like that vibe. So he was like, oh, we have like these ones, like this is like the vibe. And he's like, oh, we'll take 2 shots, like we're celebrating today. The girl goes outside and I'm just like I'm not really thinking anything of it. I was just like mood. Yeah, I was like, you know, just to give the vibe, like it's like a little wine bar and they're ordering tequila shots at like 6 p.m. I was like, mood, like it's still light outside. I was like, oh, and it's not even like summer. It was like spring. So then I think he asked me, he said something to me, like he asked the guy that ordered the shots, he said something. And it wasn't like it wasn't like flirtatious. He just like asked me a question. And then we kind of just started chatting. And he was like, oh yeah, like I'm here with my sister. We're celebrating today because I just like sold a business, or like, honestly, I don't even know what he was talking about, but I was like, mood. And he's like, do you want a shot? And I was like, sure. So then his sister comes back in. She was like on the phone. And then he's like, oh yeah, she was on the phone with her girlfriend. Like, and I was like, another mode. So we take a shot and then we're becoming like friends. They're like, oh yeah, I just like did this. I was like, oh, I just like went to the Apple store, like, you know, regular day. And they're like, oh yeah. I think we end up taking like 2 more shots. And they're just like, it's funny because both of them suddenly were just like so intrigued of me. Like they were like, oh my God, like you're so pretty. Like, and I was just like, oh, thank you. I remember your vlog. Yeah, she was like gay. And it was funny because I was like, oh, I thought they were like on a date together when they first walked in, but then she left. Bro, did I explain this in my vlog? Because that's so funny. But literally, yeah, I was like vlogging this day. So we're just like chatting. Again, like I'm not getting a weird vibe. Like it was like just funny, but like they weren't hitting on me. Like the guy was not hitting on me. They just were being like, I don't know. Not to like toot my own horn, but they were kind of like in awe of me. And they were like, oh. And they were both giving me very much like princess treatment vibes. So it was just like genuinely so fun. Like they weren't being weird. They weren't being creepy. They were just being genuinely like very sweet and like, and then they're like, oh, do you like oysters? I was like, oh my God, yes. And like at this time too, I just extra was like obsessed with oysters. And I was like, oh my God, I've like been meaning to get oysters. Wait, that's so funny. I put in my vlog. So they're like, let's go. Pick a spot. And so I'm like, okay. And I'm like on Yelp. I'm just like, okay, should we go here? And it was like a nice seafood restaurant. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, so then we go. And I feel like they got this like really nice bottle of champagne. Like I forget. Or if we just kept drinking. But we get all these oysters, like so much food. We get mussels, we get like, well, I'm going on a date, some kind of date. It wasn't the date I expected, but here we are. And I just was like having such a good time. Yes, bro, like we literally went to a whole different spot. And the other guy's like, oh, I'm gonna be like ready soon. I was like, I'm already having a good time. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, and then I was like, oh, like, it started to get not weird, but the girl like brought her girlfriend, but then they were kind of like fighting, or it was like weird, like it wasn't her girlfriend, but it was like a different girl, and it was like weird. And then the guy, I think just because we had been drinking, he started to get a little like, not pushy, like he was trying to do anything, but just kind of like suspicious, because I was like kind of trying to like leave. And he was like, well, where are you going? Like, why do you have to leave? Like, let's go somewhere else. And I was just like, no, I have something else I have to do. And then he was like, well, what do you want? Like, what is it that you want? And I was like, I don't want anything. Like, I just want to go home. Yeah, because I was like kind of like, I just wanted to like go do something else. Like I just kind of wanted to leave the vibes. Ew, you think? I mean, I didn't see them do that. It just, I think it was just alcohol. I don't know. But now I'm like, I don't know. Like, it was fun, but it was like, this is like a one-time, just like fun moment. So luckily I got myself out of there. But I think he ended up, I think we went to another bar like down the street, and because I was just kind of like trying to waste time at that point, and I was like, okay, like let's go in here. And I was like, I like had him buy me another drink, and I was just like, well, I'm gonna go. And then he literally, and because of this, because I wasn't like, oh my god, I need this guy, he's treating me so, like I just was like, well, that was fun, like bye. He wasn't like obsessed, but then it's like I wasn't really trying to hang because it was just like, I don't know, like it was not like serious. It was like, this was like a fun one time thing, let me like go home. And then literally the next week he's like, do you want to go to Miami? I was like, I think I'm busy. Yeah, but it was just, it's like a classic example, bro. Like, you can't be overly impressed. You can't be overly thirsty. You just genuinely have to, like, have a good time for yourself because you're having fun, and then, like, know when to leave and, like, have your own life and, like, goals. Like, yeah. Oh, my God. Well, guys, it's so funny to, like, have done, like, a main feed shocking, not main feed, a hard launch and then to, like, be single, but I have made the decision to be single now, so sorry. But yeah, I think that's that. Miami. He was like, I was like, why? Like, I literally have, I think I posted on my close friends, like, I have the screenshot somewhere. And he's like, oh, I'm getting my teeth done, and I just want to have fun. And I was like, oh. I think I'm good, babes. Like, no. If I thought you were suspicious, if I was getting suspicious vibes from you after a little dinner, what am I, like, what? And there was no, I mean, I think he was, like, trying to hang, like, he was, like, trying to take me out again, but I was like, I'm like, very, very getting my teeth done. And I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm, like, very busy with work. And he was like, oh, no, like, I was like, oh, I just moved, so that's not, like, because I just want to see what you would say. It's like, I'm not really, like, I don't have the budget for that right now. And he's like, oh no, like, I got it. And I was like, okay, well, I still don't want to go, so. But yeah, no one to leave. But the moral of that story is, like, you have to live for yourself, because if I had, like, just been so, like, shocked in that situation, like, I was shocked of, like, laughter, of humor, like, I was like, this is so funny, but I wasn't like, oh my god, like, you know. And so, like, men love when they have to, like, keep impressing you, so, like, you can't act overly, like, grateful. Which sounds so fucked, but, like, it's true, because it's like, it's not my problem. Like, you're like, I don't know, like, I was like, I have to go, bye. And then, like, I didn't talk to him, and then he was hitting me up, like, my bad. I mean, I don't have beef with him, like, literally, he was fine, but it was just, and I was like, oh my god, why is the girl, like, bringing this other girl when she was just on the phone with her girl? Like, there was, like, a lot. And then I think it was, like, it was weird. There was just, like, I feel like they were like, oh, we can't serve alcohol to your table unless everyone shows your ID. And then the girl was like, I don't have an ID. And I was like, is she, like, not even 21? Like, this is odd. Because I thought they were both, like, he was definitely older than me. I thought she was older than me too, but I was like, you guys are acting, it was just, like, suspicious. I was like, anyway, so the moral of the story is, don't act overly impressed and don't chase. If you feel the urge to chase, you're in the wrong situation. What did you learn? I think I just learned to trust myself, and yeah. Do you think you'll stay at your current place or move? I don't know. And then it's about to be Mercury retrograde, so I'm just like kind of annoyed by that. Because I'm like, not annoyed, but like, okay, this better be beneficial. This better give me some good, like, I don't know, mental clarity on my life and not confusion or annoyance. You know, because you don't have to be scared of Mercury retrograde, but it's just kind of like, bro, please stop. Like, every day I'm looking for this brush. How do you meet feminist guys? Okay, honestly, I don't even really honestly care that much these days. Because, let me tell you, a lot of guys that, okay, right, but it's like if you have to do it, you have to do it. So like, a lot of guys that are like, oh my god, I'm like a feminist, and I'm, okay, not all, whatever, we get it. They, oh my god, I'm going against gender norms by painting my nails as a man because I'm just like so like against patriarchy. It's like, you're so, first of all, benefiting from patriarchy. Also, I feel like those guys are always like so toxic. And just like not even like good. Again, not all, like, I don't want y'all to start complaining like, well, my boyfriend, like, okay, I'm happy for you. In general. Right? It's like, and in that book, I forget the author, but it's like Types of Abusive Men. There's one that's like, I forget what he calls this category, but it's basically guys that are like very into spirituality. It reminded me of a lot of guys in the vegan community, and they think that because they're not the average like toxic masculine macho alpha guy, oh, I do yoga, I am vegan, I meditate, I eat healthy, I'm a feminist, that they think a lot of their abuse or, you know, just like bad behavior is excusable, or that it isn't bad behavior because, oh, well, I couldn't be a bad guy, I call myself a feminist, you know. Guys who are aware of misogyny and share the same values as you. Yeah, I think just in patriarchy, that's not really gonna like typically occur. And never say never, like, but instead of that being something that just makes you so mad all the time and you're like, oh my god, like just running around talking about how you hate men all the time, you can just use it to your advantage. So, okay, if patriarchy, if y'all, if men, it's basically like, okay, then I want a provider, protector man. Like, if I'm going to have a man in my life, he needs to be like the ideal man. And not in like a toxic way, not in a toxic masculinity, like red pill, like odd, whatever, we were kind of talking about that yesterday. Not in that way, but just in a, okay, then be a man, provide and protect. I don't need like all the extra stuff in a sense, like, yeah, performative, bro. It's very performative. So not even steer clear, but just like trust your intuition and look at people's actions. So I know a lot of people want their man to be their best friend and like fill all of these roles. And it's like, babe, like that's what community is for. That's what girlfriends are for. That's what a best friend is for. That's what your family's for. Placing all of these expectations on a man. And I'm not saying like men inherently cannot do those things, but just due to the society that we live in and how men are socialized, how little boys are socialized, it's just like, bro, it's not your job to teach them. It's not your job to be their therapist, to try to get them to do better and be more mindful and like self-reflect. It's not your job. So stop wasting your time and energy and like, because a lot of the times they don't care. And if they do care, it's like, they wouldn't need you for that. They would be doing it on their own. So stop wasting your time and breath on guys and like stop trying to change them. So therefore it's like, okay, well then in this society, what is a good man? A man that provides and protects. Otherwise, it's like, you don't need a man. You really don't. And if you're still like, oh my God, I just need the D, like, grow up, prioritize, there's lots of toys out there. Stop. Yeah, their values. So, yeah, and it's just, I don't know, some people might find that sad, but I think it's actually kind of freeing because it just removes this unrealistic expectation of like, you can find the perfect man that will be everything, be your best friend, your emotional confidant, will, do all the right things. It's like, instead, okay, well, I want a man that is, I'm like, what do I want? No, provide and protect. So like a man that has things going for him, that is ambitious, that values family and this and that. And, it's like, I'm going to look at your habits. I'm going to look at like, how do you spend your days? Like, are you wanting to go out all the time? Or are you like in the gym? Are you educated? Are you, in a victim kind of mindset? I wouldn't say I gave up, but I would say I'm just more realistic and I think mindful of how often it is performative. And I don't think I would like say that on a date. Like, are you a feminist? Or like, because it's just like, okay, are you treating me right? Like, how do you speak about other women? Like, it's just like, you can kind of notice it. So it's like, and I guess also it's like, what is it specifically that you want? Like, are you looking for like an activist? Like, I don't know. The dating scene in New York. I guess I will let y'all know. 50-50 relationships. I would watch Shira 7. It's just like, especially as I get older, yes. Especially as I get older, it's just more and more true, like what Shira 7 says. And I think also with 50-50 relationships, especially if you live together, most of the household things, even if you're like not, like let's just say you're in a regular relationship, like, I don't know, whatever, like you're not like a stay-at-home girlfriend, you're like, what am I trying to say? Basically, in 50-50 relationships, it never ends up being 50-50 because usually all the household domestic duties, and if you have kids, all of that will still fall onto the women. So not only do you have to pay bills and go to work, you have to come home, and that's another like full-time job. And I'm just like not for that. No, it's like, I would rather literally be by myself, live by myself, and like do something else than have to like pick up after everyone else and then also go to work. You know what I mean? It's like exhausting and not a good time. It's not gold digging behavior because a man also, bro, they're like, yeah, my girl pays half the bills, and then they will still like cheat on you. And you'll be like, I did everything right, I paid the bills and I cooked every night and I did this and that and I did so much for him and he's still, oh my God, and then you end up hurt. Bro, did you hear that story about this guy? I don't know if it was on TikTok. I think it was on TikTok because I think the girl made a like follow-up video like defending the guy, but he owned a home, was not renting, and he made her pay rent for living there. And then she was like defending him, like, at least my rent's cheaper than it would be. It's like, you could have your own place and not be dealing with that bullshit, which already would be such a better situation. And if you were dating, you could find someone better who, could help you out. Bro, and then there was a tweet, and like I know that they posted it just to like incite a riot, like one of those like tea blogs, whatever accounts. But this girl was like posted a screenshot of how this man asked her for $4,000, basically like he did a sprinkle. Like he was like, oh my god, I really want this car, but like they're asking for $4,000 down payment. And she was like he didn't directly ask, like he just said that. I was like, what up? Like that's so girly pop of him. And then she was like, I got you, babe, like check your Cash App. And then she tweeted something that was like, in 2021 I got a guy's name, and it's like all different guys. I got a guy's name tatted on me. In 2022 I did this for this guy. In this year I bought a guy a car. I can't wait to see what else life has in store. I'm like, is this like a parody? Like, be for real. Exactly, like that's like a turn off to me, because it's just like, bro, if I'm gonna do something for someone else, it's gonna be for someone that like deserves it. Like a friend, a family member. But even that, it's like, be careful, y'all, because friends can do that too, or family members can do that to you too. So don't overgive. No, exactly. And guys are not, a lot of these guys are not good people. They're very opportunistic, and they literally, like, they're talking to the other girl, they're doing stuff for the other girl. So don't feel bad for asking for stuff and for not paying 50-50. Don't even offer to pay on dates, because literally you just have to think of their phone. Imagine going through their phone. And imagine they're talking to all these other girls. And this especially helps, like, I mean, it's like very triggering if you're in a relationship thinking about that, but like, if you're just like dating, getting to know someone, like you're not exclusive yet, you don't want to be the bitch in the phone that's like, okay, well, let's go to dinner because I know she'll offer to pay. Like, maybe I'll just let her pay this time. I don't feel like it. Or like, oh, let me hit this girl up because I know she'll say yes. Like, I could ask her for whatever, she'll say yes. But then that's not like fun or a challenge. Like, they're gonna keep you in rotation because you're doing stuff for them, but it's not because they value you or like you for you or want to be with you for who you are because they want to add value to your life. It's like they're just like, you know, the joke of like girls having a guy on their phone, like, oh, dinner, like, what is it, like meal guy? It's like, guys will do the same thing. And that's why it's odd. It's like women are like, oh, some women like, oh, it's a new world, like I can pay, like equality. But then it's like the guys are not looking at it as equality. They're looking at it as like, oh, I don't have to pay, she'll pay for me, haha. And I'm still gonna objectify her and like use her. So what favor are you doing yourself by like paying? Stop. Just stop. And it's like, if someone gives you a hard time for that, they have no money and they're not worth your time anyway. It's like, oh my god. Watch her find another girl shit in the car she buys. Like, literally, exactly. It is a story. It's a tale as old as time. Yeah, like, if you're in a relationship, you can pay for like little things. Sometimes. And that's only if he's like paying for it, literally everything else, and like treating you right. Because it, you know, men do not respect women more for paying for them. Exactly, because it's also emasculating. And this is something like, y'all, it's so true. Like, thank God bless. Playing dumb is like the best strategy literally ever. Literally, because it's a win-win also, because as a man, they want to feel like so smart and like manly, like they could teach you something, and then it's like, okay, well, and I want you to like do stuff for me, like treat me right, like be a gentleman. So if they think that you're smarter than them, you make more money than them, you can open the door by yourself, like why would they do any of those things for you? And then it just kind of creates this It's like they'll either just stop talking to you, or if they're like odd, they're going to use that to their advantage and start asking you for stuff. So it's better to just play down like making a man's life harder in little ways makes them want you more. Exactly. Be difficult. You don't have to be mean. Like, you can be sweet. You can act nice and sweet, but I mean, for some women, acting like a bitch works. But like me, I'm not naturally mean. Like, people like me because I'm a very sweet girl, which sometimes like I've had to learn as I've gotten older, like how to like, you know, be mean. But you can be sweet. Like, if you're naturally sweet, you can be sweet, but just like you have to have like a backbone, and you have to be able to be like, no. When is the podcast coming back? I don't have an exact date, but this weekend is like the real plan sesh, because I was back home, then Sony was visiting me, and this was like kind of my first week getting my life back together, and so I just need a good planning sesh, a pre-filming sesh, and then I will let y'all know. But it's like on the way, like my notebook, ideas written down, you know, like it's on the works, but in the works. But that's also why I started doing these lives, to kind of like warm up. And I'm also like, I wanted to ask y'all, when I record, should I also go live? But then I will like have the edited podcast official version. But then if I'm live, we can also discuss, and you guys could like ask live questions. But then listening to it, it's like you could watch the live, but then you could also listen to the edited, refined version that would be available like on Spotify and stuff, you know? This is very true. I stay making his life a bit hard. Gotta keep him on his toes. Exactly. And like, bro, it's just like, you have to understand that men do not think like us. And it's not up to me to make you think differently. Like, I'll just, okay, let me see. You know? I don't really listen to Taylor Swift. Men do not think. Literally. Did y'all watch Poor Things? Like, when she goes on the trip with the guy, and then she starts like living her own life, and he just gets more and more annoying. That's like how men are. Love your pods where you debrief good books or articles you've read. Oh my god, okay. I have been reading so much this year, y'all, so I can definitely do more of that. See, we're setting a good foundation for this podcast 2.0. Mention a thing period. That's so funny. I'm trying to think of like what to wear today. Because it's like I want to be cute, but it kind of gets a little cold in the evening, and then like sometimes it's hard to be cute. I mean, it's not. You wear something like flowy. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Just getting so into the conversation that I am not doing my makeup. Men do not think period is so funny. I mean, I was used to living in LA, and like, you just gotta make things happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to know the hacks. And don't like, I'm also just very responsible, and like, I'm not like a spender, like a saver, like responsable. So I think I'm gonna do like a matte brown shadow on the lid. It's kind of like a classic look. Yeah, but I do not listen to Taylor Swift. I listen to like Lana. What else do I listen to? I like the new Ariana Grande album. Whoop. So many dating options in NYC. Exactly. Oh my god, wait, I don't really know that much about it. I think I saw a few clips. I'm looking for the perfect, like, matte brown. That's a little darker than the one I just used. I think he's, like, odd. Okay, another story time. Should we have another story time? I was actually thinking about this earlier today, like before I even really knew what I was going to talk about. There was a time in LA. My friend was like, they weren't talking, but I don't actually know what the situation was, but he was like this basketball player. Not anyone known, like, at all. Like, anyway, they were, like, in town. This was, like, just so funny. And this is another example, y'all, of, like, how to live your life. So they were in town. My friend was talking to this guy on the team. And then he was like, oh, like, do you and your friends want to come to the club tonight? The club was Poppy. She's like, do you want to go? I'm like, ugh, I guess, whatever, like, let's go. So we're, like, looking up, like, all the members on the team. We're like, who's gonna be there? They were all, like, young. Which I guess, like, ew. I think they were, like, my age. Some of them maybe like a year younger, but for some reason that just seemed like really young. Probably just based on their overall vibes. So we go and we're just like not really, like we're not like, oh my god, we're just kind of like, okay, like we wanted to go out tonight, so whatever. This was genuinely so funny. So they have their little section. It's like the whole team. We're like not the only girls there, obvs, but it's like I don't care. Like I don't care. Like I don't care. And then just like there with these other girls that were just obviously trying to like just kind of acting a little more thirsty, like trying to get their attention, like just the way that they were like dancing. You know what I mean? Like they were just thirsty for this little like random's attention, and my friend and I are just not like that, like period. Like we were just kind of like, this is funny. Like already we were making a meme out of the situation because we like I think saw somebody that we knew at the club. Like we were just like having a laugh, and we're just like, I'm just gonna sit in this section because like whatever. So then they kind of like just start getting intrigued because we're like just looking cute sitting there like minding our own business, like not having like a stank face or anything, but we're just like having a good time with the two of us. So they kind of like keep coming over like one by one. They're like, oh, did you want, like they're giving us drinks. They're just like, what? Okay, whatever. And like when I tell you they seemed young, it was like for some reason it was like that was why I just was not taking them or the situation seriously, because I was just like, this is like laughs, like I don't know, I just so I think the one that was talking to my friend initially was like we were all gonna leave, and then oh, I know they wanted to go somewhere else, somewhere you go once the club is closed. And I was like, okay, whatever, like, y'all driving, like, okay. No. We're just genuinely, like, making fun of them at this point. Like, for some reason, it was just so funny. Like, I don't even know how to describe, but you know when, like, someone just becomes a meme? Like, that was the vibe. Like, I was just, like, my friend and I were just, like, kind of making fun of them, like kind of like I just didn't care what they thought of me, so I was just like having laughs. Like they were like, do you guys have any song requests? I was like, can you play some like Justin Bieber, like 2812, like, and they were not, I don't know, like they just seemed like so dumb. I was like, this is legitimately so funny. So the place that they wanted to go to was like closed, so I was like, okay, like you can take us home, or like to my friend's house. So they're dropping us off and then we're like, bye. Again, the whole time, like, I'm not being like mean, we're not like being like a bitch, but we're just like genuinely having a good time, like looking cute, not really giving them like attention or validation. And they're like, wait, can I get your Instagram? Like the ones that did not have our IGs, well, none of them had my IG, but then they were like asking for my IG, and I was like, okay, fine, bye. And then they were like messaging us, literally, I'm not even kidding, as soon as they left, as soon as they dropped us off, they were messaging us. Like, it was like so cringy. They're like, y'all should have stayed, like we could have hung out, like not like, oh, we'll, not even like, oh, we'll come and get you, like we're actually, but like, no, they were like and then proceeded the whole rest of that week that they were in town to hit us up like every day, like, oh my god, like what are you guys doing, like what are you doing tonight? Because it wasn't like, what are y'all doing tonight? It was like they were hitting us up individually, like, oh. And it was just so funny because I was like, we were the ones in the section not paying you guys any mind, like literally kind of making fun of you, and you're like thirsty for us, versus the other girls that were like shaking ass, being so extra in their face. They were not the ones requesting Justin Bieber at the end of the night. Never say never. And I'm not saying I won because I didn't want them to begin with, but it was just like, it's just so funny when you don't care. That's when they care the most. And especially someone like that who's like obviously used to girls being on them. Like, I would not ever date someone like that because it just like, ew. But I mean, if you're just, it was just like funny. Okay. They're gonna be even more shook that you're like not giving them the validation and attention that they're used to. Because they're like, oh my god, like she must have something fun and fresh, you know what I mean? Like oh my god, like what does she have that makes her like, this is how men will think. They'll literally think that you're like talking to someone way better than them if you literally just don't care. Like, you could be talking to nobody else and just literally having a good time with your friend, or maybe you're just like happy with yourself in your own life, and just because you're giving them no peace of mind, like they take that as like a threat because they're like, oh my god, there must be a better guy. Kind of use that to your advantage, you know, like genuinely. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be annoying if you know that, you know, and you just, again, like, use it to your advantage. I would not slide into celebrities' DMs because what would I gain? Like, I don't really care. And especially, like, male celebrities, a lot of them are, like, predators or just, like, disgusting. What will I gain, you know? Like, that's just, no. And again, like for a celebrity, they're used to groupies. They're used to people being all up their ass all day, all night. So like, the only way I would ever like it is if they were chasing me. Because I just don't care. And I also don't think that's like honestly an effective way to like even clout chase, because that like genuinely, that's not going to really boost your career. Because even if like, let's say someone famous slides in your DMs and you end up actually dating them, like getting some publicity out of it, you're always going to be like connected to them. And it's just like, I don't want that. I mean, not that I even like care to begin with, but like especially that, it's like no, just saying. Da-na-na-na. Wait, actually, I'll do this first. Use it to your advantage. A. I'm not a dating apps fan because it just reminds me of like, okay, think of how many other people they're talking to. And then you just don't get their full vibe. Especially a man. Why would I trust a man on a dating app? You know what I mean? They're just looking for hookups. They're swiping on a million people. It's just like not really it for me. Yes. Okay. The sounds of ambiance. The ambiance is insane. Me filming an ASMR video. I actually did pretty good though. Like when I was editing, I was like, I expected there to be more ruckus. Oh, I don't know, maybe. I never say never, but I don't have any immediate plans to do that. Sounds of New York. Oh my God, you have so many good questions. I don't know. I think if a super good opportunity I felt good about came up, I would give it a try, but I'm not like actively like, oh my God. You know? I just want this to be a little more like smudged. This is Halloween. This is... Okay, wait, actually, first we're gonna do these. I'm like, do I need to go over my hair? Is it too frizzy? Well, I still need to put oil in it, so hopefully that will help. All right. You know? I love having a laugh. We're almost done with the look. It's just so nice how we all like... Alexa, what is the temperature? 71, bitch. Oh my God. I didn't take advantage. Like... that Nicki Minaj sound on TikTok. I'm like so hyped for this weather. Perfect weather, right? Yes! Oh my God. I'm just trying to think of like the perfect place because I want... I don't know. I'm just trying to get in the habit of like going out alone more. I just get nervous, bro. Like not for like a coffee, but like going out. Shoot. But you know, Queen Bevan people watch. A with a cute outfit. A and FaceTiming Bougie Billy. A. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna rush to choose my outfit and get out the door because I do not want to waste the sunlight. I mean, not that we have to rush as much now, right? I still have to do a lip. Let's actually do the lip. Even though I might eat a snack. Oops, it's too dark. I'm thinking maxi skirt, but I don't know what top because I want to be cute, but not like slutty. And like something that if it gets cold later, I won't be too cold. And then it's like, what shoe do I wear? Okay, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you want me to talk about next time. Turn on notifications and follow me on IG to see where the rest of my day takes me. So to blend this and do setting spray. But thank you so much for watching. Best live yet. I love y'all. I will see y'all probably tomorrow, but right after this on my IG story. Bye.